Good afternoon. Welcome to I Am Thursday. I know it's been a month of Sundays since I've been able to join you live. And just know that I have been busy being the best version of me. And that's what I want to talk to you about today is really showing up for yourself. I know of a few months back, earlier this year, I touched on showing up and showing up for yourself. And one of the questions that I asked was, what is it that you say about yourself? What is it that you're declaring over yourself? What qualities that you notice about yourself that you are saying? Now, I know that if I asked you to tell me what you didn't like about yourself, you probably have a scroll. And that scroll will be so long because it's real easy to pinpoint the things that we don't like about ourselves. And we talk about those things all the time. I don't like the color of my hair. I don't like the shape of my lips. I don't like that I can't grow fingernails, which I cannot. Um, I don't like, and the list just goes on and on and on of the things that we don't necessarily like about ourselves. But what is it that you say about yourself that actually celebrates you? What is it that you say about yourself? And I just believe in this hour that we need to show up for ourselves. And it is not selfish choosing you. It's not selfish saying, hey, I'm going to be the best version of me that I possibly can. And so I am Sonia Carter. I am your empowerment purpose coach, and I approve this message. Holla. I approve this message. So on today, um, I want us to just consider some things that I want to deposit in your hearing that you can do to show up to be the best version of you. And so we're going to take these, and of course, I won't be able to finish all of them today, but we're going to take them. And over the next few Thursdays or the rest of this year, we're going to talk about those things. So the first thing that I believe that we need to do that's going to help us show up as our true authentic self and help us be the best version of us is to stop that stinking thinking. I'm going to let that sit for a moment. Stop the stinking thinking, and you're going to stop the stinking thinking about yourself. You're going to stop the thinking. We just got to stop. So I know, and I touched on earlier about the list of things that we can say about ourselves that we just don't like. I'm sure if we look in the mirror every day, we can pick out a lot of flaws. Like, I don't like that my body shape is not the way it looked when I got married. Okay. But I've been married almost 29 years. So, no. And 4 kids later, yeah, no. I'm sure there are things that you may not like about yourself that you can pick out. And the list just goes on. And some of those things are not necessarily things that um, we need to focus on. It's not things that we need to pay attention to. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't look in the mirror and say, you know what, I need to be more healthier. I need to eat right. That the pounds that I've gained are not just healthy. It's because I'm making bad choices on my food selections or whatever the case may be. We know that we need to make changes when it comes to diet and healthy eating. I know it's real easy to drive through the fast food line and opposed to cooking or making fresh vegetables and things like that. Plus, it's more pricier. It is, guess what? To be healthy, you're going to pay the price. It is costly to get leaner meats or those meats. It's costly. And so you have to count the cost on, hey, do I make that investment now or do I pay later through doctors and prescriptions? Okay. So I just believe that showing up for ourselves, we have to change the mindset of what we are speaking over ourselves. So we got to stop that stinking thinking. When something comes up in your thought process that is negative about you, you have to pull that stuff down. You have to pull that down and say, mm-mm. Have that self talk with yourself and say, no, girl, where did that thought come from? That is not a thought that would have come from my father. And I know what my father is speaking over me. So I am not going to take that into my spirit and let me just pull that negative thought down. Let me bottle it up, throw it in the trash, burn it up, or whatever. But you need to stop the stinking thinking about what you are saying about yourself. So one of the things that we can do to change the way we think about ourselves is having some powerful affirmations that we declare over ourselves in the morning. And so some of those affirmations, and you can write your own affirmation, and maybe I'll do a session on writing some affirmations that may, where's my pen? I want to write that down before I forget. Writing some affirmations over your, over yourself that you can speak over yourself. There are a lot of affirmation books that are already out, and you can certainly use some of those books. There are I scriptures that you can place your name in. I remember several years ago, they there was a Bible that came out, I think it was the Promise Bible, and in place of certain names in the Bible, if you ordered that Bible, it would place your name there. And so there are scriptures that you can place your name in that text, and you can speak those affirmations over yourself. Over yourself. Speak the word of God over yourself. Speak the promises of God over yourself. Okay. And so again, the first thing that we're going to do is stop the stinking thinking. And we're going to do that because we are going to change the way we view ourselves. And one of the ways, not the only way, but one of the ways you can do that is to have affirmations that you can say over yourself. Okay. Part of the affirmations is renewing your mind. Renewing your mind. So when those thoughts that come up, and yes, sometimes they will, let's just be 100. Sometimes you don't feel good about yourself every day. And when those thoughts come up, you have to tear those thoughts down and you have to replace it with something positive. Okay, so replace that thought with something positive about yourself. And we'll touch on this a little bit more. I'm just giving you a few right now because I want to keep this short and I want you to come back and listen to the rest of them. So if it's too long, I don't want to lose your attention. And I just really stopped by to interrupt your lunch because it is lunch hour. I wanted to interrupt your lunch with this positive and motivational thoughts concerning showing up for ourselves. Okay. The next letter and that is H. I'm using the letters in the word show up. So the next letter is H, and that is honor yourself. Take a moment to evaluate where you are, just where you are right now, and how far you've come. And you may not be in the place that you thought you would be at this age in life or at this stage, but guess what? You are further ahead than where you were yesterday or the day before or last year. So honor yourself. Celebrate your small wins. Celebrate the big wins. Celebrate you. And I'm not just saying celebrate you on that annual born day. No, celebrate the strides that you are making in life to accomplish your dreams, that you are doing the thing. Like you're doing it. So celebrate, celebrate you and find those things to celebrate that you can celebrate you and your progress. And the reason why I say find the things that will celebrate you and your progress, because I know life happens and every day is not going to be an up day. Sometimes we're going to have some valley moments. Sometimes we're going to be dodging the pitfalls of life. Sometimes we may have a crash in one of those pitfalls. Like, okay, I was driving, I was running the race well, and all of a sudden I hit a snag. I got a flat tire, and or the tire blew, and my car ended up in a ditch. And I'm not talking about your physical car. I'm just talking about where you are in your drive. It ended up in a ditch. And so it's not an up day. It's not an up day. Sometimes there are health crises that happen along the way, and it just keeps you down in the dumps for a moment. And I'm saying for a moment because we don't stay there. And if you are there, let me just say this. I am your personal empowerment coach. Reach out. I mean, let's have that conversation. Let's do a session to get you up out of there, to get you back on your course and get you moving in the direction that you want to be in. I am telling you, I am called and I spent months praying about how I wanted to move forward with I Am Thursday. And so if you look at my videos from this year, you will see that they were sketchy, and I had to take a step back. And I've explained that. So there's videos to explain what was going on. But I had to declutter my plate. I had to choose my family over fame or over what it is that I'm doing. I had to choose my family. I had to choose my health. And so as a result, I just had to take a step back until God released me to say, okay, get back on your saddle and ride, warrior. And that's it. I'm still in warrior mode. So just because you didn't see me on a video doesn't mean that I still wasn't in warrior mode. It didn't mean that I wasn't praying for you. It didn't mean that I wasn't still doing the things that I need to do to build my brand and the things that I am working on. I am still working. I am still working. I'm still doing those things that will make me a successful business owner. But I would rather be a successful wife and mother, woman of God, preacher. I would rather be successful in my home, because it doesn't do any good for me to have my name well known in the streets and my own husband and children can't speak well of me. So I made a decision that was going to be best for me and my business. But she's back. She's back and she's all the way live. Trust me, all the way live. And I know that honoring yourself and choosing you is going to be important in the next few months in your life, and the next maybe year or two where you're going. It's going to be important, because choosing you simply means that you realize that you are valuable and you have something to offer. And that's something, especially if you're in the 40 and over group. And if you're watching this video and you are in the 40 and over group and you don't mind saying that's me, go ahead and raise your hand in the chat and let me know that you're here. Because I know that sometimes when we hit that 40 and over or getting closer to 50, we start looking at our life and you say, I have nothing to show for it. That I didn't accomplish all of the things that I dreamed from a little girl that I thought I was going to be able to accomplish. Well, honey, sister girl, let me tell you, your best days still are ahead, and you still have something to offer. Not only will you be offering it to your family, to yourself, but you're going to be offering your treasure box to those that are around you. Those that are around you and those that you come in contact with. So gear up, get on your saddle, get your cowgirl clothes on, and let's ride, because you have something to offer and you have to show up, and you have to show up for yourself so that you can be the best version of you in this time. Okay? Thank you so much for your time. I look forward to hearing from you. You can always inbox me. You can always DM me if you want to have a conversation. Reach out to me. I would love to talk to you. I would love to encourage you. And I would love to inspire you to continue to walk out your purpose. Take care. See you next week.